if you were going to make up rules for functions, these would be the rules that you made up. I have them listed above in the notes, but here they are being applied. You would multiply the functions together if they were multiplied. F of x times g of x, you just take what f of x equals and multiply it by whatever g of x equals. And in this case, it's 6x times x to the 3/4. And then if they were being divided, also known as a fraction, then you would say, I'm going to divide them. All right? And then we think about the domain, which means for the second situation, we would say, I can't have 0 on the bottom. That's the thing we would worry about. And since we have the fourth root, we also wouldn't want that to be negative. This 4 on the bottom means fourth root, so I can't take the fourth root of a negative number, so I should be careful about that. And so they say that. They say it's all positive real numbers, okay? And in other words, not 0 either. Not 0, so, and not negative, so everything positive. And, if it were me, I would say, the domain is not including 0 up to infinity. That would be for, x is the domain, so that would be for x. If I put a bracket, that would mean I'm including 0, but I'm not including 0 because I don't want it to be. All right. So anyway, here's f of x and g of x, and we're going to find what happens when I multiply f by itself. So that means I'm going to say 4x to the 2/3 times itself, 4 times x to the 2/3. And I'm going to get 4 times 4 is 16. And x times x, I'm going to add their exponents. And I'm going to get x to the 4/3. Okay? So let me write this another way. I'm going to say 16. It's the third root of x to the 4th. You say, I'm looking for triplets. Hey, there's triplets in there. There's 4 x's, and I'm going to take 3 of them out as 1. So I'm going to say 16x, and then 1's still trapped inside. So that's how I'd write it. They used. If you wanted to leave it the way it came, maybe that would make more sense. But they're both equal to the same thing, and I kind of like the fact that you take out an x. Okay, so g of x is 5 times x to the 1/2, and so is itself. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, and x to the 1/2 divided by x to the 1/2. 1/2 take away 1/2, that's x to the 0. You kind of knew this was going to be 1, right? The same thing dividing itself is going to be 1. X to the 0, that anything to the 0 is 1, so there we go.